Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 Percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT Bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive, and it went very well today. Miss Ambika, Miss Pragati, everyone received us greatly here, and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude, and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well, and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us, and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident, and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that, and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them very all the best, and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Miss Ambika, Miss Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us, and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 90th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Amar, can I start, Amar? Hello. Amar, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, can I start or do I need to wait for a couple of
It's
minutes?
6:30. You can start it now.
Huh? Okay. Okay,
Yes.
then. Thank you. Good evening, guys. Welcome back. Thank you. So, let me show you the agenda. Actually, it is day 5, I think. Correct? Day 5. we need to complete these concepts: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Day 4 still pending. Day 3. We are here actually. So yesterday I started with the class and objects, correct? So I'll continue with the yesterday's concept. Then I'll cover to the what is abstract class, abstract methods, multiple inheritance, all these things now. So let me show you. I'm changing my view. Are you all able to see my screen, all of you? Can you all confirm once? Okay, thank you. Okay, I am creating another package today, for today, day 5. And here what I'll do is, as I said yesterday, I will create a Java class. Like product is the, see, product is the class. Can you tell me what will be the product properties? Can you tell me? Can you all? Anyone, please? Product properties. Write in the chat box. Product properties. Okay, product properties are ID, product ID. I can call it as a PID. And the name, product name, and price. This becomes the properties. So, product ID will be the type of integer. Am I correct? Name will be of type string. And then price will be, can anybody tell me what data type you will suggest for the price? Rate. Okay. Double, correct, double. Because precision values will be there. These are the 3 data properties. And then see, so what I'll do is I will write one method, public void print product. As employee, I am just writing like this. Then system.out.println product ID is plus PID. In the same way, product name is plus name. And then price. System.out.println price. Product price. Product price. Name, price. So this is the one class is there. So as I told you yesterday, an object is an entity which has some properties and operations. So in Java program, to derive the objects, first we need to describe them, or we need to give the a description to the objects. That description I am calling like a class. In general, class is nothing but it's a template of objects or blueprint of objects. So now I have a blueprint. From this blueprint, I have to create the objects. Where you can create anywhere in the project. Say I have so many classes here or there, so many classes are there. Wherever you want, you can create in the but in another class or same class also. So if you wanted to create here, write the main method here itself. Otherwise, create another class. I am taking another class for confusion, avoid the confusion. I am taking like a product demo. The product demo. So product demo. Here I will write the main method. So I told you yesterday the syntax for creating the objects. Syntax for creating the objects. What is the syntax? This is the syntax. I am writing again. Of you. Syntax is first class name followed by ref name, reference name. It is called as a declaration. Then ref name is equal to new operator followed by constructor. Constructor. So the constructor, nothing but the special method which is used to initialize the instance variables of the class. So you can also combine these two statements into a single statement like this. Or class name equal to new operator, reference name, ref name, new operator, and constructor. If you got any doubt, write in the chat box so that I will correct. Harani, yes, is correct. You are right. Good. New constructor. New constructor like this. So what I can do is I will create two objects. Product object. Product P1 equal to new product. New product. It is one object. How to create another project? Another object. Product P2 equal to new product. I have two objects. So P1 will have ID, PID, comma, name, comma, price. In the same way, P2 also will have the ID, comma, name, and price. Now the question is, there are two objects. Every object will have ID, name, price. What is the ID of P1? What is the ID of P2? Because we are not initialized anywhere, our compiler will initialize the values. Not compiler, JVM will initialize the values. Let me show you. P1 dot print product. I am taking one statement, and after that I am writing one separator, just like print data. Just what I have done is I created two objects, P1 and P2, and on each object I am calling the print product method, which we defined here, Okay, understand now, all of you? And then now go and execute the program. I am executing this. If you execute, see, for first product, 0 is came, ID. For and name is null, and 0 is the 0.0 is the price. How did it came? Because we constructed the P1 with a default constructor. What is the constructor? I am writing, I am explaining about the constructor. Is a special method used to initialize the instance variables. This is what the instance variables of the object. These are the instance variables for P1. P2 also will be having the same instance variables because P1 and P2 are derived from the product, where product has these variables and this method. So I got one question. Okay, Urshid. Okay. It means this is called as a default constructor. I told you na, it is a method. It's a method. See, like print products, it is a method. But print product is initialized, defined by ourselves in the program, but we are not defined this constructor. What happens if you don't define any constructor in the class? Then you can create any object of that class using the default constructor. Then default constructor will initialize the instance variables with the default values of the type based on the type. Because ID type is integer, we got 0. Name is string, we got null, as well 0.0, which is double value. Hope you understand, all of you. Correct? My question is, I wanted to initialize 101 for this product. Pen is the name, comma 130 rupees is the price. Okay, 130 rupees in the price. So what should I do for that? I cannot pass the values. Okay, so I cannot pass the values while constructing like this. What you have to do is, in case if you wanted to bind the data, when creating the object, we need to define the constructor in the class. See here, you can create anywhere constructor. How to create the constructor in the sense? Constructor must be public always. And then class name, product. See, like this we have to define the constructor. There should not be return type here. Constructor should not return any value. Only definition like this will be there. Public and product. And now, see, if you see here, this one, if you compare, and this one are looking same. This one and this one is looking same. What it means? It is a default constructor, externally defined by the programmer. Earlier it was not there. Now we are defined. Say, for suppose, default constructor. See guys, this will be called whenever you call this one. See here now. Earlier it was not there. Now I defined myself. It means programmer is defined the constructor, but we are not taking any parameters here. Even now, if I run the program, See, we got the same values, but here default constructor is printed for 2 times. One for this time, one for this time. That is what. Even though we are having the same values, default values. Now what should I do is, I should pass the values. What you can do is, you can provide the parameterized constructor like this. Public, product, parameterized constructor in the sense, like we pass the arguments to the methods, we can pass the parameters like this. String p name double rate, something like that we can take. This is a parameterized constructor. Now what we can do is, we can assign these values to these instance variables. How we can provide PID equal to our parameter ID. Then name equal to our parameter P name. Price equal to our parameter rate, something like that we can do. So yeah, this is called as a parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. Hope you all understand. Okay. Now what we can do is, while creating objects, you can pass these values to the constructor like this. Here. See, I passed the ID, P name, and rate. Now if I run the program, this is called as a binding of data to the objects. We are binding this data to the object. So now if I run, see, PID is 101, name is pen, 130 is K. Understand, guys, all of you? Clear? How to define parameterized constructor. For defining the parameterized constructor, we need to define like this and take the parameters like parameters. How many parameters we can take? As many as you want, because we have only 3 instance variables here. We need at maximum 3 parameters. So first parameter I assign to this left side one are the instance variables, right side one are the local variables of the that particular parameters. I am assigning local variables to the instance variables. So what we can do is, here instance variable name is PID, local variable name is ID. What we can do is, there is a chance of taking the both with the same name like this, PID and PID like this, and name, here name. Here instead of taking rate, we can take the price. Both variables can be named with the same name. But here, as I told you, left side one are the one. Devika Kirti, can you unmute and ask me what is your doubt? Your raising hand. Ruparani, you are raising hand. I don't know why. Unmute and you can unmute by yourself. Okay then. Amar, they can unmute now. Are they having permissions for unmuting? Okay then. So if you do like this, what we need to do is now, because both sides are the same name, there will be ambiguity. Compiler gets confused. Which one is the instance variable? Which one is the local variable? That's why instance variables need to be differentiated with this keyword. This means in Java current object. This in Java current object represents this dot PID equal to PID. This dot name is equal to name, like that. So if you can see here, current object here is P1. Here current object is P2. Now you will get the same output. So this is called as a parameterized constructor. I hope you understand. Parameterized constructor. Clear now? All of you clear? So I told you till now how to define a class and how to create objects from the class. And still here, this is created with the default constructor. That's why we are getting the 0, null, 0.0. If you wanted to pass the values for this also, pass the values 102, like this. Then pencil, some 300 rupees, something like that you write. Binding. This is called as a binding of data. Let us run the program. We'll get the same values. Hope you all understand. Constructor. What is a constructor? How to define a constructor in the class, and how to call that constructor while creating the object. Priyanka, which code you wanted to show me? Employee product class or product demo class? Since I am in the product demo only, do you wanted to show me product class? This is the product class. I have 3 instance variables and one default constructor and one parameterized constructor. We can call this as a parameterized constructor. Hope you understand, all of you. Next, see, before going to other topics, I'll tell you, there are some OOPS concepts, object-oriented concepts. OOP concepts. OOP concepts. They are encapsulation first. Encapsulation. Okay. Then polymorphism. Inheritance. Polymorphism. Polymorphism. Followed by abstraction. Abstraction. So encapsulation is a Woods concept, object-oriented concept. Okay. Abstraction, sorry. Abstraction. Class and object are the, actually, they are also related to objects only, but actually they are not object-oriented. Means in the object orientation, objects will be derived from the class. Of course, we can consider them as a object-oriented concepts, but these are the main 4 object-oriented concepts. encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Encapsulation in the sense hiding of data, or binding or binding data and methods into a single unit is called as a encapsulation. Binding the data, if you consider here employee class, data is this, and the methods, this is the method, into a single unit called as a encapsulation. But with the help of encapsulation, what you can achieve in the object orientation program, what you will achieve? It means you can hide the data. It means you can secure your data from outside world. I'll tell you what is that. Come to now. What is the data here now? This is the data we are passing. Okay, we are passing. But see here, if I say P1 dot price name PID is visible here, it means we can alter the data, something like that, which is not good. Only P1 has to alter the data, because it is visible, anybody can alter the data now. In that case, what we need to do is, if I say P1, I should not see price, name, and PID, because they are the data. Data should be hidden. So if you hide the data, then we can call it as a encapsulation. So to hide the data, what we can do is, we have to use the all private numbers, private variables, or private instance variables, private variables. We have to make the private variables. How can you make? Go to here, make it as a private. As I told you, private data, private modifier. What is the accessibility of the private modifier? You can access the private members inside the product class only, but not from the product demo class. So if I can say here P1 dot, do you see PID? PID is hidden. Then since we are not given a private modifier to the price and name, they are not hidden. So go to here, make this as a private. Something like that. Okay, private. Clear now, guys? Private. Now, in case if you see P1 dot, do you see the data here? Data? No? Yes. Data is hidden. Data is hidden. It is looking like a now thing that this data is like a flowers in the garden. It's like a flowers in the garden. I will take here paint. It's looking, you see, earlier think that these are the flowers, flower 1, 2, 3, like that. These are the flowers. Consider, okay. I cannot draw the flowers now. Think that these are all the flowers. So flowers in the garden. What? Because there is no fencing around the flowers, around the garden. Anybody will come and pick that flowers. Am I correct? So earlier our data was like that. Because there was no private modifier given for these variables, they will be visible to outside environment. So it is not secure. So then what we have done, we made them as a private. So that what happened? They are hidden. So what happens? They are looking like a, see like this. There is a fencing around the garden, flowers now. But now this garden belongs to one person. One person. Will this person will go into the garden now? Because there is fully fenced garden is there. There is no way of going into the garden. Correct, guys? It looking like that only. Then how this guy, the owner, will go and pick these flowers. Am I correct? Understand, guys? Clear? How this will go do? What happens? There must be one gate here. In this gate, there must be a guard. Correct? What this guard is do? Whenever any person is coming into the garden, he will ask that whether he is the authenticated people or not. If he is authenticated, then he will allow. So otherwise he won't allow. It means owner can pick up. Owner can pick up the flowers. No others can pick up the flowers. Correct? Now, in our case, see data. These are the variables. We made them as a private. So that they are hidden. Now come to here. I created. So I created P1 with this data. See here, I wanted to change the price of the P1 to 150 rupees. How can I change? Price of the P1 to 150 rupees. P1 wants to change the data. How can I? Because P1 dot price is visible here. Is it the correct statement? Can I write like this? No, I cannot write like this because price is a private member in the product class which is hidden. So this is illegal statement. We cannot write like this. Then how can I change? Like we have a guard here. We need to write some public methods in the class. In the same class, we need to provide some public methods. What that public methods is? One for accessing the data. One for changing the data, modifying the data. We need to provide public method. Modifying the data. So we need to provide public methods like our guard here in our example. So we need to provide one public method for accessing. It means for getting. So how many variables are there? 1, 2, 3 are there. 3 variables are there. If you wanted to access PID, we should write like a get PID. Get PID method. This method should return integer value because PID is the integer value. And it should be public method. And when this method is called, we should return PID of the current object like this. This is the getter method. We can call it as a accessor or getter method. So now what we can do is here p1 dot get PID. So what we can do is you can access the PIDs in PID from outside world using get ID method. But you cannot change with a new value. How you can change with a new value in the sense we need to write one setter method. Setter method will be public, that should be void type, void set PID. Now this has to take a new PID. This dot PID is equal to new PID. Like this we need to write. So this is the mutator. We can call it as a mutator or setter method. I'm getting a question. Very good. Getter and setter methods. Okay. Now what we can do is we can set the values. If you want, you can modify the value. Set PID equal to some 190 I am giving here. See, while created an object that was 130 and after that I changed it to 190. So if I run this program, see what happens. If I run this program, let us see. See how much PID it is. Not here 101. Sorry, it is 101. Earlier it was 101. Now I changed it to 190, like that. So while doing encapsulation, what we need to do is we need to hide the data with private variables, and we need to provide for each variable, if you wanted to access, one getter method and one setter method. This is the syntax for getter method and the setter method. Say for suppose if you wanted to write the setter method for the getter method for the price, how you can write? Public price is double value, double get price, like this. Then return price, like that. How can you write the setter method for price? Public void type set price, then followed by new price, double price. This dot price equal to this dot price equal to price, like that you can write. If you understand this concept, I'll tell you how to generate this. Say what happens if there are 1,000 variables. Sometimes in the class now you may have a huge number of instance variables. In that case, if you write the getters and setters by manually, it takes a lot of time. If you understand what is the use of setter method and getter method, I will tell you how to generate in the IDE. Are you clear up to this? Muhammad, can you take more than one instance name setter method? No. See, there must be one setter method for one setter method, one getter method for one variable. It means with the use of setter method, you can change only one value. Na? Then what is the need of taking too many parameters? Okay. See, because the variables are private, you cannot access them outside. So if you wanted to access them, or if you wanted to modify outside of the class, we need one getter method and one setter method, which are the public type. That's why we need to provide the getter and setter methods for each and every variable of the class. So now here, after creating the objects, you can change, say p2 dot set price. I will write it to 768.00. Now we are changing. Like that we can change. Hope you understand. Yes. Clear, all of you? I think Vaishnavi became a little late now. So what I am saying, encapsulation is nothing but, I will repeat one more time, then I will go to next topic. Listen carefully now, all of you. Encapsulation is nothing but hiding of data or binding the data and methods into a single unit. The result of encapsulation is nothing but providing security to the data. So data should not be visible outside of the class. This is the data, PID, PName. If I remove it, now it is not the private data. It will be visible from outside. Outside in the sense here, from other class, P1 dot. See, PID is visible. It should not happen. We should hide this. For that, we need to give the private members. Private. If you make the variables private, they will not be they will not be visible to the outside. In case after creating the object, if you wanted to access the data or modify the data, we need to provide for modifying one setter method like this, for accessing one getter method like this. Getter method always looks like this, which should return a value of type this particular variable is. If the variable is integer, then integer should return. If the variable is string, string should return. That's why here price is the double type, I am returning double. Here PID is the integer type, I am returning integer. Whereas setter method, we need to take a new value as an argument and set to the current object of the ID, current parameter, current object's instance variable. Sorry, this dot PID is equal to PID. Then we can pass change here. Hope you understand. Vaishnavi, can I go? Okay. No, it's the way of doing like that. This is called as an encapsulation. Okay, next, inheritance. Inheritance. Inheritance, nothing but, inheritance is nothing but a setter method for changing the values. Getter method is for the retrieving, getting the value. Okay, I'll go to here. See, let me print it, delete it. Now I wanted to print the ID of this particular P1. I wanted to print ID of the PID of the P1. How can I? You will write like this. P1 dot get PID. It gives the PID. And I wanted to change this pen to pencil for this PID. In that case, P1 dot set. Because for price we are not price I am changing to 335 like that. For changing we need to use the setter method. For getting the values we need to use the getter methods. Okay. Now go to inheritance. Inheritance. The use of inheritance is reusability. Reusability. I'll tell you what is the inheritance. First, I am telling the advantage you will get with the inheritance in the object-oriented programming. I'll tell you here. I have a class employee. Tell me what will be the properties of employee. Properties of employee is ID, name, salary, email, like that, na? Correct? Understand? Like that will be there. After that, what you can write here? You can write the constructors. Okay, you can write the getters and setters for each variables. Correct? As I explained. Correct? You will write like this. Priyanka. So anyway, let me explain. Okay. Okay, inheritance. Priyanka is saying that inheritance definition is repeat one. Okay, I'll come to the definition again. The way of accessing methods of the parent class by child class is inheritance. Yeah, you are somewhat near to the correct answer. But Priyanka, I will explain more on that. Okay. So I have not yet given the inheritance definition. I told you the usage, advantage of the inheritance. I'll give the definition very soon. Like this, correct? See, thing that I have written for this 100 lines of code. 100 lines of code is there here. So for doing all these things, think that there is 100 lines of code. Okay. I have another class regular employee. See, regular employee will be having all these fields, and then bonus will be there. Bonus will be there. Okay. Bonus. So again, I need to write the getter and setter methods, getters and setters, and some code here, whatever you want. Okay. For this, it will become already 100 plus one more 50 lines. Say, one more 50 lines. It becomes 150 lines. Are you following, guys? 150 lines will be happen here. See, in the 150 lines we have written here in the regular employee class, 100 lines we are already written in the employee class. But still we are writing here in the regular employee class also. It means what? Now here 100, here 150, totally 250 lines of code we need to write. It increases the code complexity, and also it takes lot of time because we are writing the code again and again. So what we need to do is, don't write the code you are already written in the previous class, this class. Inherit from this class to this class only specialized bonus only you have to write here. So that what? You need not write this 100 lines, write only 50 lines. Now 100 lines plus 50 lines, only 150 lines we need to write. Code complexity. We are reusing the code written in the employee class in the regular employee class. So what is the definition in the sense? Definition of the inheritance is a concept of child class inherits the code of the parent class. Parent class. Like this. Inherit the parent class like this. Okay, na, guys? So, inheritance is a concept of child class inherits the code of the parent class. I got some more definitions here. You are also correct. Here, UN Harshita is written subclass acquiring the properties of superclass. Very good. It is correct. It is also a correct. Child class can use the variables and methods of the parent class. It is also correct. Harini is given that. Okay. Inheritance. This is called as a inheritance. Okay. So then how to implement inheritance in the Java in the sense? You have to use the extends keyword. Extends. If there is a class called as a, if class B wants to inherit class B, extends A like this. You can write like this. Now here they are in hierarchy, they are in relationship. If you write like this, they are called as they are in hierarchy or they are in relationship. Now here B is the subclass. We can call it as a subclass. Or child class or derived class. Derived class. The one from which you are inherited is called as a superclass, parent class or base class. Do you all clear up to this? Extends keyword. Yeah, extends keyword you need to use for inheritance. This is the superclass and it is the subclass. Okay? Clear all of you? If you clear, I will go to the next. Okay. Okay. Let me show one PPT so that you will understand more. So inheritance, we can define like this. Inheritance is a concept of child class or subclass automatically inheriting the variables and methods, which is I called it as a code defined in its parent class. What is the purpose? Handling the code complexity and reusability. The code written in the superclass can be reused in the subclass. In the Java language, we have to use the extends keyword. The class to which you are inheriting is a subclass. The class from which you are inheriting is a superclass. We can also define the inheritance hierarchy of classes or hierarchy of abstractions, like that. Either generalization and specialization. I will tell you that. What is generalization and specialization? Okay, clear? All of you till now. So inheritance can be defined a process where one object acquires the properties of another. We have to use the extends keyword. When you are inheriting one class to another, we can say that they are in relationship. That relationship called as a easier relation. And there are advantages, code reusability and change management. I'll tell you what is that change management. There are this type of inheritances: simple or single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Simple in the sense, in the hierarchy, only two classes will be there. One superclass and one subclass. Y will be derived from X. That's all. Where X is the superclass, Y is the subclass. Whereas in the multi-level inheritance, now B is inherited from the A. It means code will come from A to B and C also. I am again inheriting C from B. It means code will come from A to B and the code from A and B will come to C, like that. I will tell you this example. Inheritance, hierarchical inheritance in the sense derived from the another derived class. Very good. Srishti is given good answer. Multi-level inheritance in the sense we can derive one derived class from another derived class. And there is a multiple inheritance also. Before that, hierarchical inheritance. See, for both A, C and B are derived from the single subsource superclass called as A. So A extends, B extends A, C extends A. If you do like that, if you derive more than one class from a single superclass, that is called as a multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. There is one more type called as a multiple inheritance. Java doesn't support to multiple inheritance. See, deriving is a subclass from two different classes is not possible. Two different classes is not possible. I'll tell you that why. There is a reason behind that. Maybe at the end of the session, you will going to know that. Okay. Now come to, so I am writing one more package here. Package inheritance package. In the inheritance package, I am creating one class. Class name is person. I will write private int id, person id, private string name, person name. So, because these two are the private members, what should I include here? What is the other code I have to include? We have to include constructors, correct? And we have to include getter and setter methods, correct? Setter methods. Am I correct? Getter and setter methods. So instead of writing manually, go to code. Here generate code will be there. Generate. If you want constructor, select these two parameters and write the constructor. See here, one constructor. If you want no argument constructor or default constructor, select, deselect it. Deselect is constructor. In the same way, if you want getter and setter methods, go to here, code, generate getter and setter methods. For both variables, I wanted to create getter and setter methods. See, as I wrote, get ID, set ID, get name, set name. Code is created. Clear all of you? Up to this, I have a class, person class with two properties, ID and name. And I have constructors, two constructors, one parameterized constructor and one no argument constructor or default constructor. Okay, now what I wanted to do is, I wanted to create an employee. Employee, can I write private int ID, private string name, private double salary. Can I write like this? So if I generate the getter and setter methods, again we need to generate the getter and setter method for ID and name also, correct? Understand, guys? ID and name also. So instead of doing like that, don't define these two here. Don't define these two. Then define extend person. That's it. So if I wanted to create employee, what will be the employee properties now? Employee properties. Employee properties. Can anybody tell me what are the employee properties now? Write in the chat box. What are the employee properties? See, I am having salary, ID, name, but I did not. Ashwini, can you unmute and Ashwini Rangoli? Can you unmute? Ashwini? You can unmute. Unmute and talk. Baban Kumar, Baban Kumar, can you unmute and tell me? Otherwise, Kurshit. Kurshit, unmute and tell me.
Good evening, sir. Sir, as we have inherited person, sir, default ID and name will be inherited in this, sir.
Okay. So it means that because we are inheriting person, all person properties will be inherited to employee. So employee will be having person properties plus employee properties. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Say for suppose if I wanted to create employee, how many parameters I need to pass?
3 parameters, sir.
3 parameters, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Say for suppose I am generating the getter and setter methods. How many getter and setter methods will be there here? 2. Only one getter method and one setter method. But setter method and getter method will be inherited from employee, person to employee. Totally, how many are there here? 6 are there. Six. 3 getter methods, 3 setter methods. Am I correct? We are inheriting the code from person to employee. Okay, but creating constructors is somewhat different. Constructors. Say if I take employee, public employee, how many parameters I have to take? Int ID, string name, okay, then double salary, So we are in a employee class now, correct? See, in the employee there is a this dot salary equal to salary we can write because salary is available in the employee class. Then what about ID and name? For which variables I have to assign? There is no that variables, na? That's why what we need to do is we need to call the employee person class constructor in the employee class constructor. Employee class constructor here. We need to call that. To call super class constructor, you need the super constructor like this. ID comma name. This is called as a invoking super class constructor. Okay, invoking super class constructor. Like that we can do. Okay, na? All of you. So now if you consider employee and person, in which what type of inheritance they are doing here? If you consider employee and person, what type of inheritance? Single or simple, correct? Single or simple? Simple. So I will create one more class. Manager. See, this manager will have ID, name, salary, bonus. See here. Do I need to write all these 3 here? These 3 are not required to write here because we are already there. What I can do is I can take the extends employee. Extends employee. Manager extends I'll tell you. So what is the extra property I have to give here? Private double bonus. But how many properties are there for a manager? How many properties? 3 are there in the employee, 1 is there in the manager. So totally How many are there? 4 properties are there. What are they? Public, manager, int ID, string name, double salary, comma, double bonus. Bonus. This dot ID, this dot bonus, we can write here. Bonus. But what about these variables? We need to call it super class, which is the employee, using super constructor like this. Super of ID, comma, name, comma, salary. Like this. And then we can provide the getter and setter methods here. Code, generate, getter and setter method for only bonus. Remaining methods will be inherited from employee. Let me tell you here, get salary is there. In the person class, all the getter methods for ID and name are there. So totally inherited to manager. We can write like that. So now if we consider manager and employee, what type of inheritance that is? What type of inheritance? Multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Inheritance like that. Okay, now give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm just revise these concepts for 2 minutes. I'm coming within 2 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm back now. So I will do. So I have a classes. How many classes are there? Totally 3 classes are there. This is the super class, and employee is the subclass for the person, whereas manager is the subclass for employee. Because employee is the subclass for person, manager is also subclass for the person. Are you all clear up to this? Okay, now I'll create the objects one by one. Inheritance demo. Inheritance demo I am taking here. Main method. Say first person. P1 is equal to new person. Person details 101, comma, some Krishna. See. So this is the what kind of object it is? Person object. Can I call it as a superclass? Superclass object. Correct? Then employee. Employee equal to new employee. Employee has again properties 102. Some Suresh followed by salary. Some 30,000. What kind of object it is? Employee, superclass or subclass object? Thank you. Subclass object. It is a subclass object. Subclass object. Okay. Now, manager M equal to new manager 103 some Rajesh salary some 30,000 3,000 bonus. What kind of object it is? Superclass or subclass? Can anybody? Superclass or subclass? It's a subclass object. Subclass to whom? Subclass to child to whom? Child to employee. Child to employee. Can I say M is the child to person? Manager is the child to person. Is it correct? Nani is saying no. Some random number. Yes, because there is a multi-level inheritance. Person, employee are related to each other. Whereas person, employee, manager also related to each other because there is a multi-level inheritance. Employee is derived from the person, manager is derived from the employee. That's why all these three are related to each other. So, say for suppose now come to person class. Person class. Here I will write one method, public void print data method. While printing this data, calling this method, I should print the data ID plus name. Just I wanted to print that data. That's it. Understand, guys? All of you, clear? So I have added one method, public method, in person class, which is the super class. Now go to here, p1 dot print data. Is it possible? E dot print data, m dot print data. My question is, did I define the print data method in the employee class or not? Can anybody? Armi is saying no. Any other answers? Any other answers? Deepthi is saying yes. No, no is the correct answer, not yes. See, print data method is there in the person class. This method is not there in a manager as well as the employee. There is no method, but we are able to call. See, employee class doesn't have the print data. Manager is also don't have the print data, but only person class has the print data method. Okay, but employee and manager are derived from person. Subclass objects can call their parent methods. That is the why we are able to call the print data method on the E, which is employee class object, M, which is the manager class object. Here M, you have to say M. M. If I run the program, see, we are getting this person. This method is printing this. Whereas this method is printing, E dot print data method is printing this. And then M dot print data method is printing this. This is called as a method binding. Method binding. Binding. Method binding. Method binding. Method binding. Connecting a method call. I'll show you. In the very first class, guys, I have shown you how to debug the application. I have shown you how to debug the application. Now I will use that debugging. So I'm keeping debug point here. I told you now breakpoint. It is called as a breakpoint. Wherever breakpoint is there, program stops the execution temporarily. That from there, as a programmer, we need to examine by ourselves. To do that, instead of running, we need to debug. See, now the program is stopped here at line number 1, line number 6, and these are the filters. We can move the cursor from one position to another position. If you click on step over, it will come to the next line. Now it is the method call. This method call will be connected to method definition. Where is the definition? Method definition is there in the person class. This is called as a definition, method definition. We are defined the method definition in the person class, even though we are called the from employee and manager also, but employee and manager doesn't have the definition for the print data method. Print data method call can be connected to method definition. For which method definition it will be connected, I will show you. There is one step filter called as a step into. this step into, if we click on the step into, the method call will be connected to this method definition. Say step into, see which class, in which class we are now. It is came to person class. In the person class, this line is there. That line is printing here. Name is equal to, that line is printing. If you step over, it will coming back to here again. And next I am creating employee object. If you step over, it will come to here. Now it is the method call. It will be binded to method definition. For which method definition it will be connected in employee class. Since employee class don't have the print data method, its super class method call, method definition will be connected. That's why if you step into, again it is coming to person class only. All 3 times it will connect to its person class only. Now again manager class. Step over, now we are here. If you step into, again it is coming, it's came to person class, like that. See, this is how the program is executed. See, 3 times like this. Do you understand how method calls are connecting to method definition? Clear now? All of you. Clear? Up to here, if it is clear, write in the chat box so that I'll go to the next topic. Okay. Give me 1 second. See, we are not done completed with the inheritance concept. Again, we'll come back again. Meanwhile, there is one more concept called as a polymorphism. Polymorphism in the sense ability to take many forms. Okay. Ability to take many forms. Poly in the sense many. Morphism in the sense forms, many forms. Okay. I'll tell you what is the many forms and all these things. But there are 2 types of polymorphisms: compile time, runtime. While teaching the runtime polymorphism, again I will come back to the inheritance because this is related to the inheritance concept. But here inheritance is not related for compile time. But runtime polymorphism, inheritance is related. Clear, all of you? Yes? Are you following with me? Yeah. Okay. So here this compile time polymorphism is also called as a overloading. And runtime polymorphism is called as a overriding. Clear? Overloading and overriding. All of you. Clear now? Up to this. Just I am giving concepts here. Compile time polymorphism, nothing but what? Compile time polymorphism is nothing but overloading. Runtime polymorphism means overriding. This overloading will be happen in a single class. But here overriding will be happen in the subclass. Subclass in the sense there must be a superclass, correct? superclass. If the superclass is there, then subclass will be there. So overriding should be, we have to do overriding in the subclass. Overloading in the sense, in a single, if there need not to follow the hierarchy. In a single class we can do. I'll tell you first overloading concept, which is the one type of a polymorphism. I am taking one class called as a addition. See, addition class. Here I will write one method, public integer add method I am taking. Int a, comma, int b. Return a plus b. Simply I am writing like this. So it is a simple class with one method. Simple class with one method. Now I will create a one more demo class for implementing the overloading. Overloading. Main method. So I have two numbers here. Int num1 equal to 10. Int num2 equal to 20. I wanted to add this 2 with the help of add method of the addition class. Add method of the addition class. How can I do? First create a addition class. Addition a equal to new addition constructor. Call the constructor. Then a dot add of num1 comma num2. It will give the result. What result it will give? Integer result it will give. Based on the definition of the method, it is returning in integer. So result will be integer here. I am storing the result like this. This is a method call. Method call. If I run this program, this method call will be connected. Number 1 value will be stored in A. Number 2 value will be stored in B. Both will be added and result will be returned back to the calling environment here. I think it's clear to everyone because it's a simple one. It's clear. Is there any difficulty in understanding this up to this? No, no? Very good. So now again, my question is, I have two more numbers, double. X is equal to 12.0, double y equal to 23.0. I wanted to add these two numbers, x and y. Can I call the add method or not? Is the question. This add method. Can I call this add method? Can anybody tell me? No. Yes. No is correct answer. Then why? But why? I am Deepthi. I am giving permission to you. You unmute and tell me why no.
Sir, because of not declaring the double data type.
Oh, correct. So here the type of A is first argument is integer. Type of second argument is also integer. So only integer and integer can store here, not the double. Am I correct? But there is a double value. So if you call na, we'll get a compile time error. X comma y. Compiler will give an error. It means compiler is trying to connect this method call to method definition. But as per the method definition, they are differing here. So that compiler is giving a compile time error. Okay. Now what should I do? What should I do? I wanted to perform addition operation on these two. This is not possible. See, I'll tell you one example. So you are a developer. You can do Java developer. You are a Java developer now. Java developer. You will do only Java coding, correct? But I have a requirement. I need to write the Python code. But you don't know Python code. Can you write the Python code? No, you cannot write. But if I give you KT, if I teach you Python, then you can write, correct? So that if you learn both Java and Python, you can write the coding in both the languages, correct? So that you are performing two operations. You are a Java developer come Python developer. You have two abilities. One ability is a Java developer ability. It's a different job. And Python, same person doing two jobs. Okay. In the same way, what we need to do is we need to provide one more method, public double add method. See, I am taking same name, but this time I will take the different signature. Double A, double B. See, in what way are this method is differ? Double C is equal to A plus B, then return C. Are these two methods are different or same methods? Can anybody write in the chat box? See, these two methods are same methods or different methods. Different in the sense different names should be there, no? Different names should be there. They are not different methods. They are the same methods, but they are different in the job they are doing. They are different in the job they are doing. Here, add method taking two integers and returning the integer A plus B. Only one statement is there. But here same add method taking the double, and here two statements are there. Body is different, signature is different. Only name is the same. It means like you have a Java developer ability and Python developer ability. This add method has two abilities. Add method can perform integer addition. Same add method can perform double addition also, double values also. If you do like this is called as a overloading. Overloading in the sense, if you define same method with different signatures, with different parameters in type and number of statements, then we can call it as a overloading. Name will be same and everything will be different. Everything. Only name is same. So if in the same class, addition class only. So now if you come to here, overloading, see now there is no error now. Error is gone. Double, result 1 again. So this method will be connected to method definition based on the type of values you are passing. Based on the type of values. Because here I passed number 1 and number 2, both are integers. So this method will be called. And here I passed the double and double, both are double values. So this method will be called. I'll show you by debugging again. So I'm taking debug point here and see running the program. Sorry, not running. We need to debug. See guys, step over, come to next line. Object is created. Now it is the method call. Whenever method call is there, click on the step into. So it will be connected to method definition. Which method definition is connected? This one is connected. Why it is connected? Why it is not connected? Because we passed the integer and integer. Based on the type of values you are passing and the number of arguments you are passing, this method call will be connected. Hope you all understand. Madhuri, Ejabat Madhuri, 1 minute. I will ask you. Unmute and ask me question. What is your question? Madhuri, I am waiting for your question.
सर प्रोग्राम रिपीट कीजिए ना एक बार.
कौन सा? ये वाला? Hello? So same method is doing two operations now. Same method is doing, same add method is doing two operations. That's why we can call it as a compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. Overloading will be happen in a single class. Understand all of you? Okay. Do you have any questions till now? So overloading, you need to write in the same class. Take one class. In that, if you want different descriptions or definitions of the method, write with the same name like this. Now I have two strings. How can I? String add string A, comma string B, like this. So now it has one more ability. Return A plus B. Actually, we should not do like this. String B. Concatenation to like. Yeah, like this. Now while passing, we have to pass the string x1 equal to 1, 2, 3. String y1 equal to 3, 4, 5. Then a dot add a x1 it will take, y1 also it will take. The two strings. Result will be string. So we need to take the string argument result 2. This is what we need to do. Clear? Now come to our last point, runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism in the sense. Now come to our previous example, employee class. Inheritance demo. if I run the inheritance demo object, I have a print data method. In that, one statement is there. In print data method. Yeah. Hello. 10 minutes I will go. 10 minutes. So, print data method, which is there in the person class, which is the super class for the both employee and the manager, where I have this description. I am printing only ID and the name. So, if I run this program, inheritance program, as I shown you by debugging, every time it will be called because there is no method in the its subclasses. Employee method is not, employee has no method, and the manager also doesn't have that method. So that what happening here is, if I run this program, I am getting only name and ID for all. But see here, it is person class. In the person class, I have only two parameters. If you see here, only two parameters, ID and name. That's why I printed only ID and name. But in the employee, we have another parameter called as a salary. I wanted to print salary also. So what my aim is, if I call through person class object, it should print only two values. If I call through employee class object, it has to print, same method has to print three values like names, ID, name, salary. Whereas if I call through manager, it has to print the four values. It means the print data method should behave differently based on the object you are calling. If you are calling subclass object, it should print some values. If you are calling through superclass object, it has to print some class objects like that. Based on the object you are calling, it should behave differently. So that what we need to do is, if you do like that, you need to define same method in subclass also, employee class also, subclass also. But here, because this is a private variable, private variables cannot be accessed. So that what we can do is get ID, you can call, get name, plus salary. Salary is there in this class also. In this class also. Same method. Only body is changing. Remaining all same. If you do like this, it is called as a overriding. Overriding. If I run the program now, see what happens. See, now it is printing only two values, but remaining two are coming with only three values. But we are not given the print data method in the manager class, even though we are getting the three values here, because manager's superclass is subclass, superclass is employee. So always this method will be called. If you want in the manager also, here also you can provide get ID, get name, plus get salary, plus bonus. See, this time, if I run the program, if I run the inheritance program, now it will behave differently. See, so what it means, if you go to here, same print data method, if I call through P1, which is the person class object, it is printing only two values. Same print data method, if I call through E, which is employee class object, it is printing 3 values. Same print data method, if I call through manager object, it is printing 4 values. It means what? It is behaving based on the object you are calling. It is behaving differently, called as a overriding runtime polymorphism, because objects will be created at runtime. This method call also will be created at runtime. So as if now it is a runtime polymorphism, runtime polymorphism, compile time polymorphism. Nothing but overriding, which will happen in a single class, but it will be happen in the different classes. That's clear now up to this. Okay. We'll continue in the next class, maybe on Monday. Today, I'll come to here. See, class access modifiers are completed. Interfaces, multiple inheritance interface, multiple interfaces. Okay, I will complete that later. And encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism is completed. One concept is pending here, and then day 6 is there. So we'll cover the leftover topics in the day 5 on Monday. We are extending one more day on Tuesday also. Okay then, guys. Amar, can I leave?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi guys. I hope you are enjoying the session. YouTube participant. Attendance link. Attendance link I already shared in the chat box. You want it again? Yes. Okay. I'm sharing that, guys. If am I not going to share the attendance link with you, you are going to leave me. No, na? Guys, any query? Any question? अरे कुछ तो बोलो. Hello. If you don't have any query question, let me know. No question, no query. Then we'll wind up for the day. Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm looking for your response, no? How much days in the Java programming class, sir? So we are left with 2 more days. So on Tuesday, we'll wind up. Madhu, what's your question? Please unmute me. What would you like to share? Session was good, sir. Thank you so much. Madhu, it's query regarding to the LMS, anything else, then you can tell me. If it's regarding to the topic, you have to ask in the session. Which link? Attendance link. Sir, is full stack development course available? Yes, we have a full stack development course with us. Guys, I'm sharing the attendance link couple of times. I shared it once again. Madhu, okay. I'm asking to unmute yourself. You can unmute. But now I'm not able to see your name. 1 minute. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I don't understand the process of LMS.
Don't understand the process of LMS. So you attended day 2?
Yes, sir.
Still you not understand, huh?
Yeah, properly.
Okay. So you have access or you're done with your sign-in at least?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'm sharing my contact number with you. So
Okay.
tomorrow morning we'll connect on the same and we'll sort out that issue. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Sunday lecture nahi ka? Nahi re, Sunday la lecture nahi hai. Thank you so much, sir. You are welcome. So our session is on Monday to Friday, weekdays only. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, no sessions. Because Saturday, Sunday, we are allowing you for practice purpose. So you have to enjoy your weekend, but you have to keep practicing as well. You're welcome, guys. Yeah, I'm sharing the attendance link. Don't worry. Let me check the question over the YouTube as well. Sir, previous class link. If you're attending over the YouTube, definitely you will get all the recorded sessions over the LMS and the YouTube as well. Okay. Okay, then thank you so much, guys, and we'll meet you on tomorrow.